Hello, I'm Goodall, Chief Technology Officer at ZDS. ZDS have developed the Demand Metrics tool to help you with both the technical and human aspects of managing PPM demand workflows. From a technical perspective, when you design a demand workflow, you have to decide whether to set up an approval step to require either single or multiple approvers. Where multiple approvers must concur before a request can proceed, there's obviously scope for delay. The Demand Metrics tool gives you precise quantitative information on the time taken to transit approval steps in your demand workflows. The human side of the equation is that demand workflows are collaborative tools. For them to work efficiently, users must cooperate to make decisions in a timely manner, or the whole process gets held up. We'll discuss just one of the technical reports and then get into the more important area of user management in more detail. The Step Median Decision Time report lists each approval step in order of the median time in hours that it takes to transit a step. A median time of 40 hours indicates that, on average, half the decisions will take more than 40 hours and half of the decisions will take less than that. A zero median decision time means that half of the decisions will be made in less than 30 minutes. An all step, where multiple approvers must sign off, that also has a high median decision time, may indicate a bottleneck. You may need to review and possibly redesign the workflow. You'll have to interpret this for your own setup, of course. If decisions to release design specifications are made at a weekly meeting, then the 51-hour median decision time may be perfectly normal. There's a companion report that breaks down individual step transit times in more detail if you need to follow up. Now let's move on to user management issues. The key to a successful demand implementation is knowing and managing your user base. It all comes down to people. The tool will give you the information you need to identify users who don't need a demand license, users where you might want to look for an alternate approver, and users who need training. You'll also want to use it to decide what time limits are appropriate for decisions to get made. You can use that information as the baseline for policies, such as cancelling requests that are stuck at an approval step for longer than the cutoff limit. The All User Decision Times report gives you a quick take on the overall health of a demand workflow. The report is just about as simple as it can be. The decisions made by all users are broken out as decisions made in 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, and so on, up to 80 hours or more. The long tail is a clue that this workflow is not performing as well as it could. In fact, 30% of the decisions take more than 20 hours to get made. 4,200 decisions took over 80 hours. The tail appears to be wagging the dog. The User Median Decision Time report is the key. It identifies users who are not resolving issues in a timely fashion. For each user, the tool reports the decisions he made, the median hours it took him, and the maximum days it took him to make a decision. This funnel pattern is typical of an unmanaged demand implementation. It shades down from the procrastinators, through the merely tardy, to the acceptable, to the cooperators who are making decisions in an hour or less. I'd like to point out here that this is real data from a working installation. Only the names have been changed to protect the guilty. Getting back to Jim Fowler here, the best that can be said is that he finally made his one decision, although it took him 111 days to make it. I'm guessing that we can safely lift his demand license and give it to someone else. Anwar's more of a problem. He makes a lot of decisions, and he's clearly holding up to train. You're going to have to decide if retraining is in order, or if you need to move in an alternate approver. The User Detail report provides more background and lets you see if his pattern is changing over time. Lastly, you want to look at the cutoff limit for making decisions. 30 hours might be appropriate. It's around Brenda James. You can get a complete manual and download the package from the ZDS.com website. We hope you'll try it out for yourself. And that's it. Thank you for watching.